So when I moved to Dallas, actually one of the reasons that I moved here was to start a performance-based business. So my love, obviously running ref, was sprinting and on-field movement. That was my big love, So I dove into that as much as I could for 10 years. And my dad being a track coach, it helps obviously, right? So when I moved to Dallas, I started a business called Fast Twitch, and I was training youth, high school kids all over the Metroplex to make them run faster. Okay, well, my college strength coach was at UNT, and he couldn't work with the officials actually. So a couple of officials reached out to him and said, "Hey, we need to learn how to run better. We want to fight this injury bug. Can you help us out here?" And so he said, "Hey, I can't. Obviously, you officiate some of our games. Reach out to this guy though." So they gave me a call. 2 weeks later, or whatever, we met up, and I just talked to him. I said, "Hey, okay, well, this is what we're going to do, right? I'll teach you guys some warm up stuff, take it or leave it, some things that can help you out on game days, so on and so forth, and just loosen up. Told you I was going to teach you some sprint drills because you told me you want to learn how to run better. So we'll go through some generic sprint drills and some things that will help you get into better body positions and save you from some of those soft tissue injuries that you may get into. We'll go through a conditioning session, and the conditioning session actually, I started at that point really asking questions and following what officials do, because you guys know, officials are neglected and people don't think about them. So me on the sideline my whole life was like, get the players back, get the coaches back, stay out of the officials' way, but I'm not watching, your movements and what you do on the field, right? So at that point I started, okay, well, here's what I've done with some return to play stuff to get some guys back to movements on the field and get them prepped for game day and to be able to cut and stop and start and backpedal. We just reformatted that and put it into what some of these guys were doing on the field in their position groups, right? So then after that, we did like some Q&A and some body weight strength exercises. But, we spent 2 hours and really took our time and slowed down, and I taught them some things. And here we are, almost 2 years later, having worked together. And, those guys are still providing valuable feedback and really helping, provide officials with more and more, because I can get a hold of them anytime, you know what I'm saying?